Aloha artists, Miss Maggie here. Today we are going to go on a nature walk and find some interesting natural objects that you can draw. We will be doing contour drawing, but first we need to find the things we're going to draw. So go outdoors. In your yard is just fine. Maybe you go for a neighborhood walk somewhere that is safe and okay with your family that you go there. Go outside and look closely for objects that are natural and have interesting shapes and lines. Look for things that would be neat to draw. Notice the lines and the shapes that make them up. Find pieces and collect them. Bring in about 3 objects. And also, just enjoy the breeze. Enjoy the warm sun. Enjoy the way everything looks that specific day and take it in. I can't wait to see what beautiful objects you bring in for contour drawing. These are the supplies that you're going to want for today's project. You are going to want 2 drawing papers. The small size is great. Remember, this is the smooth, lighter paper from your art pack. You're going to want a pencil. But even before you have that pencil, you're going to want a marker. It can be any color, but one of the darker colors is better. And of course, you're going to want your objects from outside, whatever those were. So go get your supplies, and then we'll begin our contour drawing. What is contour drawing? Contour drawing is when we look at an object really closely and we draw the outside edges and the most important lines. That is how we can train our eye to really notice what we are looking at. Because here's the thing, sometimes our eye and our brain thinks it knows everything, but this is not a flower, and this is not really a leaf. We can look closer and really identify the details that make up that object. We are going to do a contour drawing challenge to warm up. This is like running a lap and doing some drills before your big soccer game, or doing your scales before you perform your piece. You want to get your muscles strong. Those muscles we're using today are in your hand and in your mind. I'm going to use this flower for the contour drawing challenge. And when you do the contour drawing challenge, it has 4 levels. These 4 levels bring you all the way up to drawing. To begin with, I'm not going to be using any marker or any pen. I'm just going to be using my finger. And I'm going to use this finger to find the outside edges and the most important lines. That is what we look for when we are contour drawing. Look at your object, and your level number 1 for your contour drawing is to look that closely and trace with your finger the outside edges and the most important lines. Until I say stop, do that right now. And so, if I look here, I really notice the stamen and pistil here. I notice all the little lines that come off with the pollen. Then I notice it gets even skinnier with these parts coming off, and it looks like little pom-poms on the end. And there's little hairs on there. Wow, I am noticing so much as I trace with my finger. And I'm noticing that the petals are really wiggly with their lines. And as far as I can tell, that petal is disappearing behind that petal. And so this one is overlapping, and I can see the wiggles are really major there, and then some little ones and a big and under, and then here I see this one comes out. I can't see where it attaches, but all the petals seem to come from the center, comes out, wiggle around and around, and this one too, it's coming right over the top. I am looking so closely. Did you find a lot of lines? Interesting how much you notice, huh? Now, we're going to move on to contour drawing challenge number 2. The second challenge is eye contour. You're going to do the same thing as before, but this time take your finger, put it behind your back. Remember, this is a warm-up. We are training our eyes and our mind for when we draw for real. So now I'm going to look at my object and I'm going to follow the lines that I see as if I'm pointing at them, but I'm just going to use my eyeballs to trace instead. You try this right now as well. Use your eyes like a laser pointer, following the outside edges and the most important lines of your object that you found. All those lines that you pointed at with your finger in level 1, now you're using your eyeballs like a laser following them. For me, it's the edges of the petals. I'm following those with my eyes, and the stamen there, and those little wrinkles inside each petal, and the stem. I'm looking at all of those details and training my eye to look closely and notice exactly how they go. And over time, as you build these neurons, your final contour drawings will show that you have been working hard, that you have been doing these exercises, and the results will show. How did that go? Did you notice any new details? Take a deep breath and relax for a moment. Level 2 is challenging if you really do it. Next, we have contour drawing level 3. For level 3, you do want your paper, and you're going to want a marker, and you're going to want your object. And you might want a little piece of tape. Because what I'm going to do is a blind contour, and watch how I do this before you do it. I am going to have my marker, not the pencil, my marker in my hand. I'm going to put my hand on the paper. I'm going to take my object in my hand that doesn't hold the marker and turn around in my chair. And I'm going to hold the object here. And now, just like I did for level 2, my eyes are going to trace the lines that I see, and my pen is going to draw what I'm seeing. Remember, this is just a warm-up. I am going to see what I can do to notice as much as possible. What I draw, it's not going to look good. It's going to look kind of wild. And remember, like, this is one of my paintings. I'm a professional artist. And so if my contour drawing looks like scribbles, yours is going to as well. Let's see how well I can do this. Make sure I'm on the paper. Make sure I have this here. I cannot look at my paper. And I cannot lift my pen. No looking, no lifting. I'm doing those little balls at the end. Going back down the other end of the pistol. So many little lines there. It's fun following them all. But I haven't even gotten to the petals yet. And I don't know where my end spot is, but that's all right to find the best as I can. Ooh, I'm going to do this petal here. I'm gonna go slowly and back down like this. I'm gonna do the petal that goes behind the pistil. But I need to go back that way and behind and that one there. How am I doing? You know better than I do right now. I don't actually know how I'm doing, but I know that I am focusing, that I am looking really closely at this flower, that I'm really noticing how those petals move and how they overlap and how they all come from the center, and that there's lines in the middle of the petal too, that petals have veins too, not just leaves. I'm going to call that done. That was all the flower that I could see. And now I'm going to look. Oh my goodness. Does that look like that? No, it doesn't. However, I looked closely and this was my warm-up. Now that I've done this, I have noticed so much more, and I have gotten my brain and my hand all connected. All those neurons are firing, and my real level 4 contour drawing is going to rock it. So now you set up for your contour drawing. Remember, if you have a piece of tape that's helpful, put it down on the table, hold your marker in one hand, put it on the paper, take your object in your other hand, have it turn around in your seat so you're looking at it behind you, and so it's not easy to see your paper. And then you are going to do your contour drawing. Begin. Remember, no lifting your pen, no looking at your paper. You've got this. Done right about now. Take another moment if you need. What do you think? How'd it turn out? Pretty wild, huh? You're on to level 4, real contour drawing. So that means you get to flip your paper over. You're still going to use your marker because we are not erasing for this drawing. You're going to take your object and you can look at the object. You can lift your pen whenever you want. You can do whatever you need except for erase because you are using a pen. Remember, we are still looking for the outside edges and the most important lines. Let's try this out now. See, I can lift my pen as much as I want. I can put those little dots and I can get those little lines right where I want them. And now I'm going to do this petal right here. It still helps sometimes for me to go and trace in the air what it is I'm going to do. Ooh, look at those wiggles coming around. And I'm going to have it stop there. I see some other lines here that are so interesting. Going behind there, this one here. Ooh. Such interesting lines that I'm seeing on mine. I bet you're having something beautiful happen for yours too. I can see where my petals are overlapping. And I see the stem here. I think I might notice a couple more lines. Keep going on yours. You might take more time than me. Focusing and taking your time is totally fine. If you ever need to pause the video in order to spend more time on a step, that is a perfectly fine thing to do. Never rush yourself on the art. Create beautiful things. So there we go, the outside edges and the most important lines. There is my level 4 contour drawing. The last piece that you're going to do in this class, you get to use your new piece of paper. And this time, I'm going to give you a choice. If you'd like to go back to using a pencil, you can. You could also stick with the marker. You could even switch to a new object if you want to. Maybe you're tired of that object you've been drawing, or maybe you feel like you're just getting to know it. Whatever that is, take the object that you're doing and create a drawing of that one. This will be a contour drawing. It will be a level 4, so you're looking for the outside edges, most important lines. I'll draw mine and you draw yours. Wow! How do you feel about your drawing? What details did you notice this time around? However you feel about them, you trained your brain and you saw more than ever before, and that adds up over time. You are building muscles in your hand, your eyes, your brain, and how it all connects. That was incredible. Now, here is your reflection question. As you went through the contour drawing challenge, what new details did you include? Where did you include them in your artwork? How did it feel to draw that final drawing with the pencil instead of the pen? I can't wait to see how your artwork turned out, so make sure that you take a photo of it so that you can share it with your class and with your teacher and me too. And also remember to put it up or somewhere else safe where everyone can enjoy it, and to clean up the rest of your space too. Can't wait to make more art with you next time. Ahui ho!